Yo, I'm Drew, and today I want to show you guys where the best budget coffee shops are in Amsterdam for coffee, to drink coffee. YouTube, that's what people go to Amsterdam for. And to be honest, it's Amsterdam, so there aren't that many places that you can go to on a budget. I have 3 places in mind, but if I can think of more, I would try and get more in here, but there might only be 3 shops in this video, hopefully not. The first one that we're going to go to is a very iconic budget shop that I've definitely shown in a few videos, and the menu is always good, it's always cheap, and it's called Sativa. So Sativa is actually on the same street as Mediterranean, which we just did a video on, which they do actually have some pretty good budget options, but it's definitely far from a budget shop. So, but I mean, I guess definitely worth checking out if you are still on that vibe. But budget shop, Sativa, just down the road. Let's have a little look. Hey, bruv, one of my homies just said, so I'm guessing Sativa only has Sativa, right? Which you would kind of think that from the name, but no.
That's what I thought.
But you know what's actually good? My homie here is definitely much more akin to the budget side of things than I am, if I can say that in a nice way.
I don't really like Sativa either, so yeah.
No, but at least you'll be able to give me a good perspective on whether, like, let's say you came out here with like a crazy budget. Well, I say crazy budget, like, look, let's say you came out here with a small budget and you went to Sativa. I want to know whether these options will be good or not, right? So you kind of here to verify that I do know what I'm talking about with the budget shops, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
This is like a budget day. I'm on a day trip. So
You are literally on a day trip.
in fact, I'm not on a day trip. I'm on a 5-hour trip. So yeah, let's see what we can get.
All right, here we are, Sativa. Hey, bro, the menu is cheap as always. You'd expect nothing less coming here. Bro, the most expensive thing on this menu for flour is 16 a G. Well, that's local anyways. Well, we're talking local, But in saying that, that Cali looks pretty cool. The Hermes headband OG, interesting. I kind of want to have a look at this Skywalker, because Skywalker for 11, that sounds pretty nice to me. So I'm gonna look at the Skywalker, but you'll probably love that super candy. You love the cherries.
Yeah, cherries matter.
Ooh, that smells kind of nice though. Damn, I haven't smelled a Skywalker out here for a long time. This definitely smells like the DNA Genetics one though. It smells good. I'll definitely get 1G of this one for sure. Damn, yeah, straight into the sunshine out here. That Skywalker was really, really nice. Sat down in there, and I wouldn't say it was like unbelievable, but obviously for 11, you can't really complain at that. I mean, it had a crazy oil ring. It wasn't burning maybe like as clean as it could, but it was still burning clean, like it didn't affect the flavor. So, I mean, what can you really say about that? And what did you think about the options? Think it was good for cheap?
It was absolutely beautiful. It tasted really sweet, pungent.
What did you get?
You
just had mine.
Kosher,
Yeah. But you didn't even try my Skywalker, did you?
I didn't try.
You didn't try my Skywalker. But good menu, right, for the
Good
price.
though.
Good price,
Nice. It
right?
smelled nice. I smelled it. It smelled beautiful.
But yeah, for the center of Amsterdam, you're really not going to see much cheaper than that, like 11 a G, which, I mean, it's kind of sad to say that, especially coming from Thailand, where you can get stuff in certain places for like 3 a G, but this is Europe and everything is way more expensive here. So this next shop we're going to is a bit of a weird one, because I've never actually been there, and it's weird to have a shop on the list that I've never been to, but everyone's always telling me about it. The menu is very cheap. I've seen it online, and I've just never been because it's not dead in the center. It's a little bit east outside of the city center. Not too bad, but I think I'm gonna get a taxi or a tram. Wait, I need to check how I'm actually gonna get to this place, because I'm just walking aimlessly right now. Alright, so just jumped in an Uber to get here because it was like 30 minutes on the tram, which honestly isn't too bad. There's a tram that comes pretty much straight here. And it was only 20 minutes in a cab, but I don't have 10 minutes extra to spare. My homie needs to get a flight back home in like an hour, so let's have a look at Coffee Shop The Stud. I cannot even begin to explain to you how many times I have been told to come here. And there aren't a lot of coffee shops in Amsterdam that I have not been to. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Let's have a look.
Probably interested in the Cali weeds.
Yeah, and then out of the Dutch as well, is there anything on the Dutch that you think is like super crazy? Like the bunchies and all the Girl Scout cookies, yeah?
Yeah, the Girl Scout cookies is nice. The apples and bananas is one of the most sold.
Oh yeah?
Moment. Yeah.
Amazing. Damn, and price is good as well.
We also got something new.
Oh no way, that's sick.
Which is this.
I'm not a big fan of the punch strains myself, but
I hear you.
Yeah.
Me neither. For me personally, the bubblegum ones and
oh yeah,
and
the biscotti good?
Yeah.
I'll have a look at the biscotti.
And if you want to look at the sativa and indica list, we also got that. Blue sativa.
Oh damn, that's
red
sick. Let me get a
sativa.
little video of this as well. I've never seen this in any shop. Yo, this is sick. They have like a little list for if you want to know how sativa or indica it is, you can check right here. Damn, so this is the menu here. Crazy. And like, these are all loose calis, and for the price, that is really, really nice. And I think I'm also gonna have a look at some of these local ones as well, because look, 20 euro, and you get 1.7.
He was asking
This
for.
is the biscotti. Thank you. Oh, the biscotti. That smells banging. That smells like some proper biscotti right there. Wow, that smells great.
We got some Girl Scout cookies on this. That's the apples and
That's the
bananas.
apple and bananas. Not my sort of thing, but smells really good. Can I just get 1G of the biscotti? And then also I'll get 10 euros of the Girl Scout. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, I understand why everyone recommends me to come there, and everyone was right. That is definitely one of the best budget shops. Had a sit down with one of the, I don't actually know what relationship they have with the shop, but there was a guy in there who, as soon as I walked in, knew who I was, took me over to the counter bit where they had the menu, showed me how to work the menu and everything, like showed me the sativa versus indica thing. Like, that is crazy. Bro, the prices, so good. Like, I mean, you think about the Cali, like they've got loose Cali there that most other places would have minimum for 20, and I think the most expensive one was 16 on the G. So cheap, especially for what it was. Biscotti, smelling unbelievable. And then I actually got some local, which was only 10 euros for a 0.9, which, where are you ever gonna get something for 10 euros in Amsterdam? And it's some Girl Scout cookie, which I'm gonna try right now and see if it's any good before we get to our next shop on this list. But also, when I was in the stud, I was chatting with them, and they were saying, you know, I explained what I was doing, and they were saying, yeah, that our motto was that we wanted our local people in this local area to not have to go into Amsterdam and have to pay, you know, really expensive for what is the same stuff. Essentially, like, you know, when you talk about like loose flour, yeah, you're not going to get all the same options that are like branded. You're not going to be able to go into the stud and buy Tenko Blue Sushi, right? Because it's just not going to fit within their price range. But at the same time, if you wanted to get like a nice biscotti for 16 a G, like, you're not going to be able to do that anywhere in the city centre, not to my knowledge, not that would smell like that. And damn, this is some of the best Girl Scout cookie I've had in the Netherlands for probably 5 years. And weirdly enough, the next place that we're going to is where I last had a good Girl Scout cookie about, maybe not 5 years, probably about 3 years ago. But this one that we just got from the start, bro, it is tasting banging, it's burning clean, it is fire. All right, so outside our next location, we actually have an amazing view, super beautiful. I keep getting super lucky with the weather here in Amsterdam right now, but we're gonna be going to the Kade. Last time I came here was actually for another budget video 3 years ago, so haven't been here for a while, but I did check the menu online before I came here. Seems like the menu is still good for a budget. Hopefully the quality is still good, otherwise we might have to go somewhere else, or I'll just cut this from the video, which hopefully I don't. If you're watching this right now, chances are it's still the same. So let's have a look at what the menu is like in Kade today. I'm excited. Yo.
To you, man.
Hey, hell yeah.
Sick, bro. Nice. Welcome in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
You're here a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, not as much now. I live in Thailand now.
You live in
But
Thailand?
yeah.
Back in Amsterdam for vlogs or something.
Yeah, I came for Spanibus.
Oh, for Spanibus,
Yeah,
Spain,
so
they were
did a
like,
week
oh,
here,
yeah.
then went to Spain, then came back here.
Nice.
So I think my favorite shop right now is probably Mediterranean. Yeah, well, I say I actually just did a top 5 coffee shops. My number 1 was Green Place, but besides Green Place, probably Mediterranean. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Sick. Thank you, bro.
Have a nice
Appreciate that. Cheers, man. Hi. Could I have a look at the Dosido, the kosher, and the OG? Oh, okay, nice. Haven't smelled a Dosido like that in a long time. Wow, that smells super good. Damn. Yeah, the kosher. Ooh, that smells really good as well, but I think I prefer the OG. I'll do 1G of the OG for sure. And can I also see the cheese and the zote? Oh, it does smell like a good cheese, but I think I'm gonna stick with the OG. Sweet, thank you. Wow, some really good options for the price. Cheese smelled really good, but I just didn't really want to go out my way to get some cheese right now. I've had some cheese recently. The kosher also smelling really nice, but I went for the OG. Bro, that OG smells incredible. It smells so good. So I'm gonna try and see if it's actually any good right now, right here. I don't think I could be in a much better spot to do so. Damn, this OG, nice and tasty. Not gonna lie though, could be burning a bit cleaner. I probably should have gone for some of the kosher or maybe some of the cheese, but for the price, I can't really complain. 13 on the G, and unless you're getting kosher, which I guess they did have kosher there, but unless you're getting kosher, you're not really gonna get an OG that tastes like this. Okay, so this one isn't unbelievably incredible, this OG. I can't get lucky all the time, and everything I pick when I just get 1G, have it be amazing. But it is pretty nice. Like, you're not gonna get an OG tasting like this unless you get a kosher really from anywhere else, and it is tasting super nice. Being real, there aren't really that many budget shops that you can go to in Amsterdam. So here's the thing about budget coffee shops in Amsterdam, is that there really aren't that many shops that just try to cater to just a budget audience, other than the ones that I just showed you. There are a couple others, but in my experience, the quality hasn't been amazing. I will absolutely love to check out some suggestions that you guys say in the comments, because obviously my main thing that I try and go around to try and find, especially these days, isn't necessarily the cheapest and most budget bits. So to get some more suggestions of places would be pretty cool. But I do have 2 honorable mentions that aren't really budget shops and probably don't deserve to have like a spot on this list. But at the same time, if you do go there on a budget, they will probably have something on their menu for you, because they do have like a budget options or couple options. Maybe they have 1 or 2. It's just not what they normally cater for. And the 2 shops that I want to give an honorable mention to in that is 137, which has now changed their name to Seventh Heaven. They are always having at least one thing on their menu that's around 11, 12, and it should be good. And it's the same with Siberi. They usually will also have at least one budget thing on their menu that is like actually good for the price. And that's the sad thing, is, yeah, there's a couple other shops in the city center that are budget shops and definitely cater to that audience, but I don't really see good stuff there. Like, it might be cheap, but just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's good. But these were my top 3 budget coffee shops that if you're here on a budget and you want to get something actually good, these are the ones that I would suggest you to go check out. So I want to know what your top 3 are, and hit the subscribe button so that way you can check out the next videos to come. See you soon.